I was born in San Francisco in 1952. I'm one of those very rare creatures, a native San Franciscan. I spent my first 4 years there. And then my father, who worked for the architectural firm Skidmore, Owings and Merrill, was transferred from the San Francisco office back to the main office in Chicago. My dad and mom were both from Chicago, so that was actually a return home for them. And I grew up in Chicago from 1956 until I left for college in 1970. I was rejected as a freshman by Yale, which was the college I wanted to go to, but that was God doing for me what I could not do for myself, because I attended my second choice school, and that was Columbia. And boy, that was in 1970. It was an eye-opening introduction to New York City, and I profited enormously from attending a college for 3 semesters that had a rigid core curriculum, because I was compelled to take classes I would not otherwise ever have taken, including language. So I was able to study Italian, which was a language I loved to learn. And then I was lucky enough to be admitted to Yale as a mid-year transfer in my sophomore year. So I did get to go to the college of my choice, and I graduated in 1975. You asked about my first awareness of art, and I ran off to get a book out of my shelf that is probably my most precious book, and I will show it to you. Famous Paintings. This is a book that was published especially to get children interested in art, and I will show you that oh, there we go. I don't know whether you can see it. It's for my first Christmas.
Yep.
And what this book is, it's there we go. It's this extraordinary collection. The lithography, I mean, the printing is simply exquisite. So there are these full page why don't we do this kind of thing any longer? So what she does is organize the book topically, not by artist, not by period, but by topic. And there are some, as you can see, there are small examples. This is called Proper Bostonians. There are some small black and white examples, and then a full page color reproduction. I'm happy to dwell on this for a minute, because I can absolutely remember as a boy looking at that silver, whatever that is, maybe a tea kettle in Paul Revere's hands, and just marveling at the fact that it was possible to paint with such fidelity, such verisimilitude. But you also saw me going through a Matisse. I mean, I could spend our whole interview going through this book.
Yeah.
But this, and the lovely thing about this, and the kind of education kids got in the day, including this one, was basically I was given books like this, and I spent hours with them. But mom and dad didn't say, look at this and study art. They just opened a world to me and waited for me to take advantage of it and to explore it. So I pored over these paintings. I still love this book. It was, I think, probably the best Christmas gift I ever got. The other thing that this book did, because I looked at it throughout my childhood and adolescence, was this book put me in touch with what I would not have known to call it at the time, but it put me in touch with my homosexuality. But it did so with, here's Tintoretto, and here is, of course, that most famously homoerotic image from the Cappella Sistina.
Yeah.
As I grew older, I realized that I was spending a lot more time looking at the Tintoretto and the Michelangelo than I was looking at some of the other paintings, and I kind of figured out something was going on.